Holy smokes, everyone. Just when you thought things couldn't get any worse for the cryptocurrency and Bitcoin markets, it just has. We've just had a big dump on the Bitcoin charts. It's fallen around 9 to 10% from its daily high to its daily low, and we've had a bazooka of FUD. The hedgies and the whales, there's like, boom, they just shot a bazooka of FUD. They've dumped the price, and in this video, I'm going to go over what's causing this sell-off. I'll go over my analysis to see where I think the markets are going, to the dollar, to the cent, and to the hour. All right, ladies and gentlemen, get my crystal ball. We're about to hit the charts. Okay, so as we can see here, as I'm recording this, Bitcoin is around 32,999. But if we go to the daily highs and lows, we can see here it hit 32,279 of a daily low. So we'll just hit the daily chart. Yeah, it's kind of like dumping and pumping, dumping and pumping here. But when we look at the 3-month chart, this is a 50% sell-off. The high was around 64,500. And we've dumped all the way now to around 32K. And what I find very funny and very interesting is a lot of these crypto YouTubers, they've been saying, guys, we're not in a bear market. The bull market's still on. We're still going to the moon. Pile all your money in. Would you know what a definition of a bear market is? A 20% drop. Now, I know Bitcoin and crypto is a lot more volatile than that. But even if in Bitcoin, I'll pull up a chart here, over the last bull run and this bull run, we haven't had a drop of over 42% and the bull run continue. 30 or low 40% drops, yeah, maybe that's normal, but over a 50% drop, and again, we'll hit the charts again, and we've not only hit that 50% drop once, but we've hit it 3 times. People, we're in a bear market. You know, I'm not saying this to spread FUD. I'm trying to save you money. I'm trying to save you bank, because when we had the first crash here to around 32,000, I was saying, look, the bull market's over. When it bounced back up to around 40K, 42K, I was saying, look, this is probably a bull trap. This may be a good time to get out, because this may be, you know, the last dead cat bounce. And ever since then, we've just been, you know, bouncing around and on this bearish downtrend. But okay, that's just some of my thoughts on the price, but what actually caused this sell-off? Let's have a look. So something you have to know when investing in cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin, a lot of these crypto guys, they're very good at tokenomics or what's happening in the cryptocurrency space, but you also have to know what's going on in the macro picture, what's going on with the economy, what's going on with the Federal Reserve, and what the overall markets are doing overall, and what the sentiment is in the markets. And Bitcoin is known as a risk-on investment, like high growth tech stocks, they're risk-on investments. So when interest rates are low and money is cheap, people will pile into risk-on investments. But after there's already been crazy gains in these risk-on investments, people will start to go to risk-off investments like bonds, precious metals, and value stocks in order to try to preserve the gains that they've made from those crazy speculative investments and wait for a dip or a big crash and then pile back into those risk-on investments when there's blood in the streets. So let's have a look at this, everyone. So it says here, Bitcoin suffers steepest drop in 10 days as US monetary policy causes short-term jitters. And this is what I'm talking about. You have to listen to the macro picture, not just the micro. Bitcoin continues its descent amid whispers of US Federal Reserve tapering economic stimulus and China's ongoing pressure on crypto miners. Of course, you know, we're always getting FUD, which just stands for fear, uncertainty, and doubt from China. You know, that's old news. But what I have been warning about, and I'll put up a chart here of the Federal Reserve's balance sheet and the stock market. If the Federal Reserve does start to taper, this is going to be bad for the markets. And there's been calls also from Janet Yellen. We can see here higher rates would be good for the country, Treasury Secretary Yellen says. And I'm sure Jerome Powell's calling her up and saying, Janet, you need to stop yelling about interest rates. So it also says here, some are pointing toward ongoing pressure from mainland China on crypto mining operations. And also something that is kind of new, what's going on with the China situation, is trading where Weibo accounts from key opinion leaders in crypto have been blocked. So they're now cracking down on social media influencers or apps promoting cryptocurrencies in China. China continues to pressure crypto with rolling mining bans, wiping out its most popular social media platform, Weibo, clean of crypto influencers. This signals a tightening noose around crypto on the mainland. And it's not just this. We're also having calls here from, Trump. This is more fun coming from Trump. I don't think this is, that big of a news. I don't think it has that big of effect, in my opinion. But the markets obviously are seeing otherwise. And it seems like in crypto, when it rains, it pours with the amount of bad news. And then they'll dump it. The whales will dump. And then they'll buy the dip. And then all of a sudden, they'll pay these news articles to put out really good news. Like when, they said, oh, look, Ray Dalio's buying, Tesla's speaking with miners and all this stuff about renewable energy. You can see here how they use the media to manipulate the markets for their benefit, not yours. And this is also something very interesting. Listen to this. Meanwhile, Deutsche Bank, Germany's largest lender, has said the US could be in for one of its worst inflationary periods in history, with government spending and loose monetary policy likely the catalyst for creating conditions last seen in the 1940s and 1970s. So this is something huge, and I don't think the average Joe or Jane really understands how bad this could get, because like they said, we've got the subprime crisis contained, and the governments and the central banks will say, don't worry, this is just temporary, don't panic, nothing to worry about here. Well, what they're doing is they've never done crazy amounts of government stimulus and also crazy amount of monetary policy stimulus at the same time at these levels. You've got Joe Biden and Janet Yellen making it rain. They're pumping trillions of dollars of stimulus out with the stimulus checks. And she also says, look, whether this is going to create inflation or lead to high interest rates or not, we're going to do it anyways. And we also got the Federal Reserve continuing to say, look, we've got to make substantial progress to our goals, guys. Well, you've already made substantial progress to your goals. Inflation's out of control. Employment is booming. There's lots of jobs there. It's just probably waiting for the unemployment benefits to end. Then maybe more people will start taking up those jobs. But they've already made substantial progress towards their goals. So the markets don't really believe what the Fed is saying. And that's why we're starting to see a slight sell-off, just in anticipation that it may happen, because there's no clear catalyst that's going to lift the market to make the market boom over the next 6 to 12 months. There's no more stimulus. Interest rates aren't going to drop any lower, and company earnings are likely to fall once all this stimulus gets taken away. But back to what's going on in the crypto markets. So like I was saying before, everyone, during the last bull runs, yes, I know Bitcoin and crypto is volatile. We have dips, it's normal. But look at all the dips. 38%, 38%, 33%. There was no dips significantly over 40%, and then the bull market continued. So these drops we're seeing here on the 3 monthly here of over 50%, and then staying in this range, if we bounce straight back up, then yeah, maybe the bull market would have continued. But we've continued on this bearish trend. And what I think with a lot of these crypto YouTubers, they're more just like a news reporter reporting and telling you that it's raining after he goes out, gets soaked wet, and says, okay guys, I can officially tell you it's raining. Well, what I try to do is I try to look at the skies, look at the clouds, go, ooh, it looks like there might be a storm coming in, I can smell the rain in the air, and warn before it happens. So that's why I may upload a video, that Bitcoin's going to 25k, 20k, and then it doesn't happen the next day. People are like, oh, you're wrong, you got it wrong. Well, no, people, it could take 3 to 6 months. But I'm willing to be patient and wait, and then I could come in and scoop up the dip, the real dip, not just these little baby 5-10% dips, and I can double or triple my Bitcoin stack. Because at the end of the day, even though I'm saying these things and it sounds like FUD, it sounds like fear, uncertainty, and doubt, I'm still bullish on Bitcoin in the long term. All I'm saying is that this current bull market is over, and I'm waiting for a better entry point to accumulate during the bear market, because you want to be buying when everyone's fearful, but real fear, not just, it drops 5% and people are a little bit scared. Real fear, like when it looks like Bitcoin is never going to recover ever again. But everyone, what I'm personally waiting for is, I'm waiting patiently. I don't know how long it's going to take, but the last bull run, we'll have a look here in 2017 when it hit around 20k. It took a full year for it to bottom out. So I'm happy to wait, 6 months. Now, no one can time the bottom perfectly. So what I will be doing is, if it breaks 30k and it falls down to around 25, 20k, that's when I'll start dollar cost averaging in. Because what I was doing here since February and March is I was dollar cost averaging out when we're close to the peak, because no one can time the peak. Then what I'll do is, like I said, I'll wait for it to drop to around 20k, and then I'll start dollar cost averaging back in. And then what normally happens, going back, starting history, is about 6 to 12 months before the next halving event, which is going to be in 2024, Bitcoin will enter into another bull market. And for all those people that brought during the dips, during the bear market, they'll be rewarded handsomely. Imagine if, you buy Bitcoin at 15, 20k, and then during the next bull market, it does go to 100k, because a lot of people saying it's going to go to 100k this bull cycle. Well, I don't think that's going to happen, but definitely it is possible during the next bull run. And we'll just have a look at some of the other altcoins. So Ethereum is still holding up pretty good. Ethereum has actually been gaining dominance on Bitcoin. I think that's because a lot of the FUD is targeted at Bitcoin, and at least with Ethereum, it actually has a good use case. A lot of other stable coins, DeFi, and other altcoins are built on Ethereum, and they're saying it could go deflationary. They could start burning Ethereum through transactions. And because there's a lot of globalists and a lot of these big corporations, they're not happy with the amount of energy Bitcoin uses. Well, Ethereum could possibly go from mining to staking, where people stake their Ethereum to stabilize the network instead of mining it. So I think during the bear market, I'll be loading up on Ethereum as well. You can see Binance down around 11%. Cardano, I do like Charles, what they're doing at Cardano. So during the bear market, I might load up on some Cardano. Well, and we got Doggy Coin here, still holding pretty strong, around 32 cents, but it never hit that dollar range that a lot of these TikTok influencers were using. XRP, some people are saying, I'm hearing a lot of comments, people are saying that XRP, all the central bankers are going to start using it. What do you guys think about that? Let me know. And then we got Polkadot down 13% and Uniswap, but no one cares about those other crappy altcoins. Okay, everyone, that was just a quick update on what's happening in the cryptocurrency markets. Let me know down below, do you think we are in a bear market, or do you think we're going to have some other crazy catalyst come along and take Bitcoin back to the moon and to 100k this year? Now, for all my loyal viewers and subscribers still watching, you're awesome. If you haven't already, please tap that like and subscribe button. I'll keep you all updated on the latest happening in the cryptocurrency market, stock market, and global finance news. If you're bored, I'll put up some other videos here. I'll see you all there.